Hi, for those of you that have been following the recordings, my name's Mel and I've been diagnosed with stage 4 bowel cancer. Over the last couple of weeks, I've had a lot of different appointments with surgeons, oncologists, and nurses, and the decision was made for me to have a port installed into my chest, which will help with the delivery of the chemotherapy drugs. If you're not too sure what a port is, essentially what it is a little metal device that is inserted underneath the skin. A small tube is then attached to this, which is then inserted into one of the large veins in your neck, and then the tube runs through the middle of that vein into the top of your heart. And what happens is when the chemo is being administered, a needle is put into the port through the skin, and then the chemo drugs are pumped through the tube into the top of your heart. So you can see this patch here, that's where the tube has been inserted into my vein, and just down here, that's where the actual port sits. So the port's just in there, it comes up a little bit above the skin, and the stitches along there. So it's just like a little pocket that the instrument sits into. Said the chemo starts tomorrow. Being all new, I cannot remember for the life of me what the names of the drugs were. There's 4 different drugs. One of them was FU5, an oxyplatin, and a couple of others. And basically what's going to happen is I will have a blood test a few days before the chemo, then meeting with the doctor, and then on the day of the chemotherapy I will sit in the chair on a drip for 4 hours. I will then be given a 250ml bottle of chemo drugs, which will be attached to my port, and I go home with that, and that will slowly drip into my system over a 46-hour period, and then I'll go back and have the bottle detached 2 days after it was attached. Or there's a whole range of side effects that I've been told to possibly expect, such as hair thinning, loss of appetite, metallic taste in your mouth, loss of fingernails, loss of weight, fatigue, nausea, all those sort of things. So I've tried to have everything's in place to combat that. I've spoken to a lot of people from a lot of different sources as to effects that they've had on the chemotherapy, and really listened to how they overcome it, just in case I need those resources there. Things like having ice mints and chewing gum and fruit tingle lollies that are quite sweet but get rid of that metallic taste just for a little while. So without babbling on too much, I'll leave it at that. I'll put up another post and explain how the chemo went, and what I went through, and what side effects ended up coming from it.